Hello and welcome back. In this class, we will understand another group of operators in C, which are logical operators. Now, in the previous class, we have understood the concept of relational operators. So, the relational operators and logical operators are closely related. So, first we will try to recap the concept of relational operators, and then we will try to understand the concept of logical operators. So, what is the relational operators? Relational operators will help us answering one question. So what is this? We haven't discussed about this in the last class. So whatever the relational operation that we are going to do, so that relation operation is going to answer a question. So how come? So we'll try to understand that concept by using an example. So for example, if you are attempting for a license test, so the question that you have to answer is age greater than 18. So are you going to answer this question or not? Yes, we can answer that. So if your age is greater than 18, so this is a question, age greater than 18, and the answer is if your age is greater than 18, it is true. If not, it is going to be false. Okay. Now, what about logical? So this is how the relational operators are going to give answer for one single question. Now what about logical operators? Logical operators produces an answer for multiple questions. So how is that? For example, you are attempting for a driving license test, and the conditions that you need to satisfy means you have to answer both the questions to be true. So let's try to understand that. Age greater than 18 and have own vehicle. If you are having your own vehicle and your age is greater than 18, then only you can attempt. If both these answers produce an outcome of true, if both these questions produces an outcome of true, then only you have to attempt. You have to take an attempt for your driving test. Try to understand this. So that is what we call it as logical operators. Multiple questions, we are going to get a solution for multiple questions, and it is based upon the conditions, the kind of logical operators that we are going to use. So that we will try to understand. So there are three types of logical operators available. One is logical and, logical or, and logical not. So these are the three logical operators that are available. So in C, so a logical and, what does that mean? So the truth table for every operator. So this is the truth table for logical and the logical or, and the truth table for not, logical not. So what is meant by truth table? The name itself is stating that when we are going to produce an outcome of true, or in which conditions we are going to produce an outcome of 0. So whatever may be the questions that we are having, with the use of logical operators, always we are going to produce only one answer. It may be true or it may be a 0. Means in C programming language, it is going to be 1. If it is true, the answer is going to be 1, and if it is false, the answer is going to be 0. Okay. So what does this truth table is stating? The truth table is a way to understand in what conditions we are going to produce an answer of 0, in what conditions we are going to produce an answer of 1. So that final solution is provided by this truth table. So what does that mean? Let's try to understand this. Q1 and Q2 means the question 1 and question 2. If the question 1 and question 2 both produces an outcome of 0, so question 1 outcome is 0 and question 2 outcome is 0. If the logical answering that we need to produce is using this and operator, logical and operator, and both the questions are producing an outcome of 0, then the answer is a 0. So this table is for logical and. If question 1 is producing an outcome of 0 and question 2 is producing an outcome of true, means 1, then the outcome is also going to be a 0. And similarly, if question 1 is having an answer of 1 and question 2 is 0, so then it is 0. And this is the case that we need to understand. Whenever, in what conditions a logical AND is going to produce an outcome of 1. So this is the condition where a logical AND will produce an outcome of true. So what is that condition? It is if all the answers, here we are having only 2 questions, we may be having multiple questions and all the questions are having a logical AND operation in between. So in such case also, if all the questions produce an outcome of 1, if all the answers for the questions that we are having is producing an outcome of 1, then we are going to get an answer of 1. The outcome is also, the answer for that logical AND expression is going to be 1. The next is truth table or logical or truth table. Or, so the name itself is stating or means if any one of the question is going to produce an outcome of 1, or if both the questions may produce an outcome of 1, at least one should produce an outcome of 1. If that is true, then you are going to produce an outcome of 1 as the final answer. So let's see this. Question 1 is 0 and question 2 is also 0. So this is going to produce an outcome of false. 0 and 1. At least one question should produce an outcome of 1. At least one question should have an outcome of true. In that case, we will get an answer. So the outcome is going to be true. And 1, 0. So this is true means the final answer is going to be true. If 1 and 1, if both the answers or this condition is also at least, not exactly 1. Try to understand this logic. So this is the point where a programmer is going to get the logical ability. So we are thinking the logic. So at least 1, not exactly 1. Okay, at least 1 means more than one questions producing an outcome of 1 is also going to be a true. Try to understand this. That is the use of or, logical or operator. Okay, so this one is also going to be a true. And what about not operator? So this is the truth table for not operator, and this is not going to answer multiple questions. So this is a bit different from and logical or. So what is the outcome of this not operator is, it is going to produce the opposite result of the existing answer. So if a question is producing an outcome of true, the opposite of true is going to be the final answer. Means, so if you are getting the question, the answer for a question is true, the negation, the opposite, the not of a true is false. So our final answer is going to be a false. And if the question is producing an outcome of false, the not of false means the opposite of false is true. So the answer that we are going to get is a true. So this is all about the logical operators, and understanding these logical operators is very important. So we suggest you to watch this video multiple times so that you can get the complete clarity on this concept. So in the next coming classes, we are going to solve lots of questions on these logical operators, lots of programs on these logical operators. There, as we go on with that programming examples, you will get the complete clarity. But at this point of time, try to get this surface level clarity on this concept. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching the complete video. You have come to this point means we are hoping that you are enjoying our content. You are enjoying our content and haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to our channel. We will post at least one video every day. Please subscribe to our channel and press bell icon for the latest updates. And after watching every video, please like our content. Your likes will help us a lot in growing. And share the content to all your friends and family members. That will help us to grow